Start your engine. Singapore readying to host the 14th race of this year's F1 season this very weekend. It'll only be the second F1 night race, something that Singapore started around the Marina Bay circuit. From tonight through the end of through the night of the race, gala events feature the Black Eyed Peas, Beyonce, ZZ Top, that's from my generation, and others. Dang, I'm missing the party. Singapore's tourism industry needs all the help F1 can provide. Tourism arrivals, hotel occupancy continued falling in the month of July, although the near 5% drop actually shrunk quite a bit from some worse trouble earlier in the year. Room rates have tumbled 25% on average, meaning it can be a bargain to stay at places like the Swiss Hotel. Our guest today is Au Kah Peng, the CEO, very recently, by the way, I should say, anointed CEO of the Singapore Tourism Board. And David Roach knows a thing or two. He is a jet setter. He lives in an aluminum tube. Hello, Kah Peng. Welcome to the show. First of all, tell me, how excited are you about the F1 event? Are you going to be there throughout the whole thing from tonight till whenever? And what kind of buzz will it create for the city?
Well, we're working so hard. I'm not sure we have time to get excited. We're working day and night to make sure everything goes smoothly. And the whole season has started almost a week ago.
So what's going to happen? Is it, are the cash registers going to be clanging off their hooks or whatever they are with business? And is it going to be a big boon to the hospitality industry?
Oh, we certainly hope it will provide a good boost. Everybody is trying their best to take advantage of F1 being in Singapore. They're doing events, they're doing special promotions, they're getting people through the door, and I think that's great.
How many people are you going to get? What did you get last year? 100,000 or something like that? That's a lot of visitors in Hong Kong.
Yeah, for the race last year, we got 100,000 people. 40% came from overseas. And this year, we're looking at 80,000 for the race itself. And same thing, looking at about 40+% in terms of tourist arrivals.
The math doesn't work, though, does it, Kah Peng? You spend like north of $100 million US to host the event. It's not cheap to get all these people in and all these F1 race cars brought in the cargo holds of the jets. And I think the government estimate is that you make $70 million on it. I could lose money fast. I can't lose money that fast. The math doesn't work.
Well, you have to look at more than just the number of visitors that turn up. It's really the spending that they bring. Last year, we had an additional spending of 168 million in Singapore just during the F1 weekend. And that's what we call tourism receipts. It goes into many parts of the tourism industry, whether it's hotels, F&B outlets, retail, everybody who's involved in the tourism game. So, those are the spin-offs that you see from F1 that is not so easy to calculate.
Kah Peng, I want you to say hi to my good friend David Roach, who's got a burning question to fire at you.
Hey, how are you?
Right.
How beyond the Formula One race, how is tourism going? Are you seeing tourism picking up after the great fears of the Great Depression? And if so, where are the tourists coming to Singapore from these days?
Well, we had a difficult first half. I mean, who didn't, right? We had a difficult first half. The numbers were down from last year, obviously. But in the last month or two, it started to stabilize. And, we're quite happy. If you look at July, occupancy in our hotels were actually above 70%. So that's really a very good sign in our view. Where they're coming from, they're still coming from some of our traditional stronghold markets like Indonesia, Malaysia, Australia, UK. So we're quite diversified in terms of market. So we're really hoping that, a little bit of the green shoots that we're starting to see in the last month or two will really take off as we move into the F1 season and, of course, as we move into 2010.
Kah Peng, you're getting the wrong kind of tourists, though, aren't you? I mean, the big spending mainland Chinese with all the money. In July, they were down 32% on a year-on-year against last year. Japan down 2%. USA down 5%. You're getting a big pickup from places like Vietnam, up 11%, 15% up from Malaysia, 18% from Hong Kong. But you don't want us. You don't want us Hong Kong people. David's cheap. I'm cheap. We're really bad spenders. All we do is pick up $2 chicken rice at Newton Hawker Center. You need to diversify. You don't want us, I hate to say.
Actually, we want everyone. We want a whole diversity of visitors to come. I know we get a lot of attention about what we're doing to attract the ones who spend, and I think that's fair. But we actually do have a wide range of people who come and visit. People who come for business, they come for healthcare reasons, they come for education, they come to spend some time with their family, and you get a whole range, and that's really what we want.
Have the Americans started to come back? Because that's a big question. I mean, the American consumer is going to save the world, or the world isn't going to get saved. So what are they doing about Singapore?
Well, I'm afraid they have not really come back yet. But then if you look at it, our top 10 markets don't even include the U.S. And it's really because it's far away. We're not easy to get to relative to the U.S. But as far as business is concerned, they're coming. They're coming to do business here.
All right. How much of the future of your fine city, by the way, I used to live there as a civil servant at MediaCorp, so I'm one of your sort of past peers. How much of your hopes are being pinned to the integrated resorts, Sentosa and Marina Bay? I mean, Macau is picking up real big time, and the big Vegas operators are picking up their business big time there as well.
Well, we're working very hard. We are putting a lot of hopes on the integrated resorts because it's not just a casino. It's a total integrated resort. You're going to see a whole range of attractions, museums, rides like Universal Studios, marine parks. So really, when you look at the whole thing in totality, you're going to see a whole new level of excitement in Singapore. And, you know, we're just working as hard as we can to make sure it comes on and give our entire sector a huge boost.
And Ka Peng, a final question. I have a question here from Mr. and Mrs. Peng and Lian in Woodlands asking, what about all the shops that have to close down, like our hawker stall around the circuit? We're going to lose business. Why can't you do something to fix that?
Well, I think the businesses are doing a lot this year, and we're working with them to do as much as possible. For example, if you look at the Marina Bay area, they've come together to do something called the Marina Bay Connector, which is really, you know, telling people about all the promotions that are going on, all the deals that you can get, how do you get from one place to another, making sure that the shops are open until midnight, in fact, this year, for the whole weekend. So we hope people will come, don't avoid the whole area, come and have fun.
Appreciate it. Good luck with it, Ka Peng, and thank you, David.
Thank you.